Okay, so that brings us up to session number 21 for tonight, with random car noises in the background just because, hey, you're in Seattle. Wouldn't want you to feel like you weren't at home there. And tonight we have everyone else online, so starting off with David.
Yes, hello, I'm Dave. I have Industrial Darkness from the feedback coming back from that music through the second microphone. I don't know who that was, but I hope you got it out. Hi, I'm David. I play Georgie, the escaped clone. Very much successful medical experiment and all-round purveyor of fine ice cream.
And I'm sure you'll be looking forward to the new delivery coming up this week at the Brotherhood.
Absolutely. Those people are wonderful. But no, everyone else feels it for me. It's fantastic that happens. But the Brotherhood, fantastic people with absolutely no ulterior motives.
Only out there to help.
Very much there for spiritual enlightenment.
Yes. Yes, we are all one with the Brotherhood.
Next up we have is Jeremy.
Yes. Good evening all. I'm playing Desmond Deadshot, the street elf from the streets of Seattle. And when he grows up, he's going to be an ancient. Trust me.
Okay, and last one for tonight is Ross.
Yes, I play Womp, the escapee from Aztec Technologies and fellow medical experiment of Georgie. Currently thinking about learning how to conjure ice cream. So just realised I can actually do that. Well, not yet, but there's capability of doing that. And also thinking of taking up Dragoness offer of joining his magic class. If I can actually afford it, but I can't tell him that.
Yep. Okay, so to give you an update of where you're up to, you are currently doing 4 jobs at once because when it rains, it rains. It pours down badly. So you've got one job that Womp and Georgie are tied to, where you've got to steal some data from the lab that made Georgie. So nothing too personal there whatsoever.
Well, I think it was also to break my sister out as well.
Your sister wasn't working at the lab.
Okay, which one was the one? Yeah, getting all the jobs confused.
Your sister is related to the family, but she's not actually at the lab. She's not been experimented on because she didn't change. Yeah,
no, it was. Oh, yeah, but didn't I need to do something to help my sister out?
Well, you wanted to help your sister get away from the family because they're such controlling people that
my uncle's a prick.
That have tried to imprison and torture the troll out of you most of your life.
Yeah.
He offered you such a lovely ice cream party.
And Desrin was chasing up some work for Roxana Wanta and Erland Mains of Global Technologies, having to recover some chips, 3 chips in particular. And he'd been off getting extra information for this while you guys were busy chasing other leads. Then the Flogger got you a job as bodyguard for Mercurial. And currently you're waiting on finding out what's happening with the people who have been chasing her, because at this point the dragon who shot Max Foley out of the air in his escaping emergency dock wagon transport hasn't shown its face again publicly since that time. So you have seen shadows of it from above.
Although we did see it, or felt that some of the guys felt the impact of it when we tried to investigate in the Barrens, the area where the Dragon Knight was found, and a dragon flew overhead and threw everyone out, and we got to much better introductions with the lovely people of the Brotherhood.
Yeah. So things were a little interesting that way. And then that brings us over to Bolt's trouble with the Crimson Crush, where you were chasing down a group through matchsticks and having a fixer Johnson by the name of Eve Donovan, who was required to be there through each of your planning sessions.
Is that the new guy? He's now saying, "Am I right?"
No, that was the girl who was saying that they had paid up front.
Yeah, I know, but there's now another one who's now taking up that because that guy got toast in the RV or whatever, the flying vehicle.
It seems a lot of people who spend time around Underworld 93 start using that catchphrase without actually understanding why.
Especially if they happen to be around Georgie.
A few things seem to pick up that it makes Georgie twitch, apparently. But there are other things that are using that as a catchphrase, and it seems to be strongest around Underworld 93.
It's the ghost of
Foley?
Foley?
Max Foley?
Foley, sorry, yeah, Foley, yes. I had to come with Hernandez. I thought, no, Hernandez is one, the other alive, a good guy. But yes, yes. Ghost of Max Foley hanging around and possessing people.
Okay, so it's been about 8 days since you took out Junior and left Seattle to get a bit more information.
Mm-hmm.
And you finally made it back to catch up with the others who have been dodging hit squads for close to a week. Seems most. I know the others have in Seattle.
The others have been, okay, yeah.
Because there was a contract put out for your guys' heads.
Yes. But we're probably not entirely certain whether they're dodging hit squads because of which job or which job's involved, but we do know that yes, the Yakuza were certainly hitting ahead of the team because of the protection against Maria, but we also had there was one group that came in after us for Desmond's job with Roxanne, wasn't there? Oh no, that's right. That was the. I'm thinking after we caught up with Teehee and the kid that was on the run.
Mm-hmm.
We called in corporate support to actually clean everything up.
Yep, you did for Teehee, and then you went out and met up with Junior.
He was such a talkative fellow, that's right.
And you'd also met up with
because we're catching up with Roxanne and back at the bar, and Junior and his friends arrived, and that might have been where we picked up the extra sports car that used to be Junior's, was it?
No, it was actually bought as part of in the session you were away from. Didn't come from the bar at all.
Yeah, it's got a capacity to take a troll.
Because I seem to recall that Junior had a light sports car at the front of what was the bar that we went to? The Banshee.
The Banshee. Just seeing what Junior had on him, so... Because I remember he did have something on him.
I think he had a pocket secretary or something, didn't he? I'm assuming it's probably what I've been going off chasing there. Using that as the details for extra stuff, or a computer or something I think he had on him.
Page 69. It's amusing, I've got to jump between so many different pages when doing these things to actually figure out what was actually done. Because nicely enough that they have them all on different sections of a book.
Of course.
So it's not like you want to have things close by. Okay, so he had a Eurocar West Wing 2000.
Yeah.
So an ancient car.
But hey, it still looked good.
But you're not sure if he completely flatlined or not, because Doc Wagon did come in and collect the body.
Okay.
But considering you snapped his neck off, you assume that they won't have to reattach
I think
it.
he was in multiple pieces, possibly, because either Flogger or Georgie had been involved.
Flogger had snapped his neck in two
Right.
with an uppercut. And you'd also spoken to Freya earlier, who had given you directions in where to go.
Yeah, so Freya talked about, because she was the mage that had been hit by the security on the run that took the stuff. We managed to get into her hospital room, and Declan used his charm, and she told us everything she knew. And I think she was even keen to get some payback, wasn't she?
She was.
Against the fixer type, or one of the people on the run. So.
Okay, so what you've managed to find out, yeah, you do have you did end up with the keys to Junior's West Wing 2000.
Yep.
Which is Orc rated but not Troll rated.
It's alright.
You have a set of invitations to the premiere party sponsored by HSE, thrown at a condo on Queen Anne's Hill as honoured guests of the host.
Yep.
And you also have with you the details that you're able to dig through that each of the people who got a chip from it have put the chip in.
Mm-hmm.
So there's information on a rigger pilot Val and street samurai Griffin.
Yep. They're ones that Freya talked about.
So the rigger pilot Val is running a Cleopatra chip that you have to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And Griffin is running Jack the Ripper.
Okay. And so we're assuming that those were two of the three chips that got stolen, and thinking about the fact this is 2050 and these are prototype chips, possibly they're more than just an opportunity to watch a HD movie.
Yep, it's basically information that you managed to recover is that it is a personality upgrade.
And then made one called Jack the Ripper. That seems clever.
And there's one made called Genghis Khan as well.
So Genghis Khan, Cleopatra, and Jack the Ripper.
Yep.
And the
you found out that Cooperman has the Genghis Khan chip.
Cooperman, okay. Cleo went to Val. Went to what was his name? Okay, Griffin.
And basically, the information says that the people who slot the chips believe they are whatever the chip says they are.
Okay, but actually, it's not a personality upgrade, it becomes a personality override. So.
Well, it's an upgrade because it uses what they know with what's on the chip.
Okay, so it becomes Cleopatra with all the
with all the skills of a drone rigger.
Right.
And which makes it even scarier that Jack the Ripper has all the skills of a street samurai with wide reflexes.
Yes.
If it was an override, it would be much easier to deal with because they wouldn't be using the skills of the host.
Yes. But do we know whether or not they come with bonus skills?
They do come with bonus skills, which is relating to their specific talents, such as
Jack the Ripper. We can expect to come with effectively some medical biotech type skills to ensure that he can slash in just the right places at just the right times.
Also has a lot of stealth and concealment skills.
Yep.
Cleopatra has a lot of charm and social maneuvering skills. Genghis Khan has a lot of leadership and intimidation skills.
Which will certainly go well for the guy that was previously the face of their team that Freya loves so much.
So it's hard to tell exactly what would happen with them because they were originally envisioned to be used with the entertainment industry to help actors get into the roles.
Mm-hmm.
But then partway through development it went through a military upgrade, and so it's a mix of military and entertainment directions.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure can't cause any problems.
So finding out type stuff, I'll aim to do a bit of a Newsnet search type stuff to see if there's any particular or been particularly gruesome murders or particularly prostitutes or anything like that.
Well, there's been
few days.
There have been over the last 2 weeks in Redmond specifically.
Right.
Which is odd because the Dragon Knights are also out in force, stopping the regular gang violence and bringing that almost to a standstill within 3 blocks of their tower.
Yes. But I'm also wondering then, has there been any indication of a new leader arising amongst any of the gangs to try to cause a takeover somewhere?
Not that you know of, but you do think the invite you have might be the start of that? It's the same person, you believe? Or at least you expect them to be there?
Yeah, so I was thinking the invite might be a place to look for people anyway, but with all that idea of, hey, if we... yes, further evidence that Jack the Ripper is stalking the streets of Seattle. So, and possibly, but not necessarily, we're not seeing rumours of Genghis Khan or Cleopatra actually out and about that's visible. So, okay, well, yep. So I get back with all that kind of information. Have the others got anything particular they want to be passing on at that point in time? And what they've been doing? Or are we looking at continuing to chase down these 3 ships, possibly by taking a getting a night out at a high class party?
Jordan's been wondering what ice cream is.
I've seen nothing changes.
Apparently there's this party where they're showcasing this new ice cream.
Take us in.
Where do we have to go to see Mr. Blood? That was going to be happening soon, wasn't it?
Every time you tried to get to the meeting, you were hassled on the streets, so you haven't had a chance to do so. You basically had to reschedule, and Mr. Blood was not particularly happy.
I blame that on Desmond.
Well, the Shadow Desmond wasn't even there.
Yeah, that's easy to blame it on you.
I expected that was the situation, but I just wanted to confirm.
So, there's no scapegoat like an absent scapegoat.
So,
I'm sure that's what makes a great scapegoat.
Oh, no, it's a great scapegoat.
so, has everyone got tuxedos or cocktail dresses?
Georgie laughs.
I've got a janitor's suit.
You also have a dress you got from the Brotherhood.
Yes, Georgie would look lovely in a bright sequin red dress.
As Georgie says that, there's a bink purchase accepted. A friend online has just ordered and paid for a secret red dress for Georgie.
I got such a dick!
Obviously he agrees with you, that's all.
And is there another bink? Yes, dick costume has been ordered.
Apparently it's been made to size. And will be ready in 2 hours' time.
Georgie looks at Desmond and says, "No, I ain't got no. I haven't got no clothes, mate. Nothing as simple as that. Nothing as nice as that. Where we get it?"
And there's another bing on his phone. The address pops up for where Georgie can pick it up, just down the street.
Georgie starts sending some four-letter words.
So what's the location that the address that he gets sent?
It's a fancy clothing company just down the street that does formal wear.
How much did Georgie pay for his new dress?
It was paid for by a benefactor.
Nothing.
His elderly benefactor paid for it.
Okay.
So Georgie now has a sugar.
Yeah, Georgie does have a sugar daddy.
Now Womp is a troll as well, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah.
Because Desmond was actually looking and comparing his, noticing that he was about the same size as Hernandez and thinking he might have to borrow an appropriate costume for the party, but then look at Womp and realises, yep. Well, hopefully the location that Flogger, sorry, that Georgie shops at, maybe they can help you out as well. Or possibly, so the invitation that we've got, does it indicate numbers on it?
No, it basically says crew, person and crew. And then Georgie gets another message saying customizations options available in store.
Does the invitation indicate, like obviously it was Junior who got the invitation, and Junior's an orc, isn't he? Yeah.
He is, yes.
Or was an orc. Did it indicate exactly what he was being invited as?
It was bearer of this invitation plus entourage.
Okay, but like the implication, they weren't being invited as like the entertainment band or anything like that. They were invited there as guests.
They were invited as guests.
So, in which case then, yeah. So I would suggest that potentially it's worth going shopping before we head off to.
So does this shop have a net presence? So they actually show online what they can offer?
Yes, you get SoCal to fire up the links for you.
Yep.
He starts showing you that they have sizes all the way ranging from infant to geriatric, with any body size in between.
Okay.
Basically, if you want to look your best, here's the place to shop. With prices starting at 10 grand a suit.
10 grand. Okay, so is that blood and dirt proof?
It is extremely hardy with Kevlar weave through the suit itself.
Whoa! So I don't need to actually wear my Kevlar vest underneath it?
It would
Go to a party.
Yes, every party ends up in violence.
Most people of this level of purchasing require their suits to be more than just pretty.
Yeah, I'm after something that's pretty functional and probably maybe giving a bonus to charm.
It is a well-made fitted suit,
Cool.
which is also armored.
Yeah. Now I'm just wondering if I should have it upgraded with the ability to, those LED cloaks.
Where you can put your own symbols over it.
Yeah, but then I just realised I have no idea about computers, so that might actually be a bad idea.
So we have Warmth Vision following you around on your back everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Martin, Desmond, can he buy something from Hernandez at the moment?
He can speak to Hernandez and borrow something if he wishes to.
Yep. He doesn't want to spend 10,000 on anybody.
No. I'm thinking of just getting something that.
But he's definitely sending you and Georgie down to the shop to make sure you get yourself kitted out appropriately.
Yeah. So I'm going to go something for a retro classic look, a suit that's suitable, like in the either the Victorian era or 1920s suit. So something around that time.
Gangster suit, huh?
Big one?
Gangster suit,
Oh,
huh?
gangster suit. Oh.
1920s.
If you
I was
do
thinking of
suggest
like
what you're
Peaky
looking for,
Blinders. Big one? Yep.
if you do suggest what you're looking for, Desmond would certainly be suggesting that, hey, maybe you want to go late 18th century, like around 1890s. 1890s, yep. Because then, if Jack the Ripper's around, he might be interested.
Competition. That's why I was going for the Victorian era as well.
Exactly, yeah.
But the thing is, there was a toss-up between Victorian era or Peaky Blinders.
How can you go past Peaky Blinders?
Well,
It was just an image of Walt running around with the top hat and that. Yeah, I'll go for a well-dressed Peaky Blinders suit. So that'll be the 1930s English gangster.
The front door just slammed shut and bought a few things. So yes, you are able to pre-order.
Yeah.
But they require you to come in for a proper fitting.
Yep. And also check to see with my order for the hand cannon with the laser sight.
Mm-hmm.
How's that going? So I feel a little bit naked without having a long-range, non-magical weapon.
Well, they tell you it's currently listed as shipping and should be here shortly. They expected it last week, but there were shipping delays for some reason.
So, for me to enroll with the university, I need to get a... what the hell's the...
System identification number.
Yeah. So that means I would also be able to wander around in the upper class area.
You would, and then anywhere where you commit a crime and your DNA is scanned, you will be chargeable.
And traceable.
Yeah, but then you just get, wasn't it a fake sis or whatever? Fake, whatever what's the abbreviation for it?
SIN. System Identification Number.
So you can get a fake
Shadowruns
SIN.
are normally sinless or fake SIN.
Yeah.
A fake SIN doesn't exactly match you.
Unless you pay super big bucks, in which case it still doesn't quite match you, but it still matches you more than a cheap one does.
Basically, a fake SIN means that they can't hold up in court. But if you actually have a SIN, even if you've got a fake SIN, then your DNA left behind always relates to your real SIN, not your fake SIN.
Yeah. But would a fake SIN allow me to go to the uni?
It would.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't. So who do I need to contact with that? I could probably see if Ebenezer might be able to steer me in the right direction.
You need a fixer.
Yeah.
Fixers are the ones who do it. Ebenezer's been the doc.
Yeah, but the doc might have some friends that he knows that are able to stitch me up.
So you do have 4 jobs that are unfinished that most of the time they'd want you to get those sorted out before they'd send you anything like that.
I just didn't know how long it would take for a fake SIM to print up.
For a cheap one, you can pick one up fairly easily. So you could be Dorothy from Kansas. That's a fairly easy one to pick up.
No, that one would be suitable for Georgie in his red dress.
So as you guys show up at the store to get your fittings, Georgie is welcomed by the establishment, having been told of his presence, and they're asking if he is happy with the order or would he like to make changes.
Yeah, I don't want a bloody dress, mate.
What would you like then, sir? We've got the entire ensemble ready with high heels and everything.
Yeah, no, I don't want any of that. It was someone making fun of me. All I want is just a regular fine, non-standing out suit.
So you want a red sequin suit?
Oh, that sounds good.
Well, the red sequin part has been specified as part of the payment. Beyond that, most of the other things are interchangeable.
Georgie,
don't actually care. He's paid.
Georgie, you don't have to wash it that much because the blood won't be obvious on it.
Yeah, thank you, Flogger. Shut up. Alright, so what about, if it's got to be red sequin, I can work with that. A beautiful suit, like a beautiful black suit, with the inner liner of the jacket being red sequins.
They can work with that, sir.
Don't make it stand out if it's going to be on enclosed now.
And did you still want the
you want it to be reversible, so you can have a choice of either red sequins or black?
And did he still want the ruby red boots?
No. Again, a good set of black dress shoes. If you want to throw a tiny red sequin highlight in it, I'm willing to work with you on that one.
That can be done, sir.
Alright. There's no product like free product.
Okay, so he does all these fittings and measurements, and he looks at Womp and says, "So, do you have credit to pay for fitting and suit?"
Yes, I do.
Could you please produce credit up front, sir? Because the other sir has already had his stuff paid for.
Yes.
So you hand over a cred stick?
Yep.
Okay, he says, "This has plenty, sir, so if you step this way..."
Yep.
And he starts going through a whole fitting process with you as well. And he says he'll have them manufactured by in 3 hours.
Okay.
Lucky for you, it's just hitting lunchtime by this point. Okay, so while that's happening, Desrin gets a message from his family.
Okay.
You've been told that your character's grandfather has passed away down the coast.
Okay. Coast. And when we say down the coast, are we talking several hundred miles across a couple different countries, like Portland?
It's actually south of Portland because unless your family, I don't think your grandfather would be Elven.
Well, okay. I don't actually recognise that Desmond had any idea who his actual real family was, so... So, when you said he got a call with his family and his grandfather, I thought, Desmond knew his grandfather? Okay.
And this call comes from a group of lawyers out of Portland who are currently dealing with the estate and have tracked you down.
Just wait till you get the Nigerian prince.
With apparent notation that your father is heading down there to manage the estate. Even though you've probably never met your father or your grandfather, but hey, the lawyers don't know that.
No, that's right. So, like, they're going to really grandfather. Huh? Okay, yeah. And then as soon as they talk about the fact that, oh yes, we're from so and so and co, dealing with his estate, they're going to be much more interested in the whole potential of it. And of course, oh yeah, Dad's already sorting it out. Oh well, perhaps I should go down there and check out with him.
And apparently your grandfather owns property in a town called Angel Grove down the coast. I'm sure that won't cause problems for you in the future.
No problems at all. Angel Grove. So, do these lawyers want particular action from Desmond immediately?
It's more of a notification that you were listed in the beneficiaries of the will. You also note in there that you have 2 sisters and a cousin also listed. As still living.
And do they talk about if there's going to be a date or time for the formal reading of the will or anything like that?
The date and time has already passed. This is just them. It took them that long to track you down and find you.
Okay. Yep.
You've passed that about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
No, that's all right. Well, are they explaining that or are they going to tell him that he's actually been left anything, having already, since the will's already read and confirmed they kind of track him down? Does it state exactly what dear old granddad left for Desmond?
Apparently there was something left for him, but considering it's somewhere in Angel Grove, it remains to be seen if it's still actually there.
Okay, so yeah, something was left for Desmond, but Dad was willing to take care of it until I arrived at Angel Grove. Is that what I've been told?
No, someone had to be sent to find it and bring it back.
Okay.
Because only your father apparently had access to where it was stored.
Right. And so, has it been brought back as such, or is it to be collected from somewhere, or?
The notification is he was last seen heading to Angel Grove to find it.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. Well. I will.
Congratulations, Desmond has inherited debt.
I'll be honest, I was waiting for it.
Well, it's still more family than he thought he had. What number did Dad provide the lawyers to when he was going down to collect and inform?
Neither he nor your sisters apparently use mobile phones because they have they haven't left the lawyers any direct contacts. They just have drop boxes where they send them information.
Right. And so
and the lawyers haven't passed that on in the letter.
Right. Okay, well...
And you don't even have the surnames of the participants.
No, that's okay.
They just say father and younger sister
siblings.
and older sister.
Right. And cousin.
And cousin.
Did they say when father was last heard from on his way down to Angel Grove?
He went down there about 3 days ago.
Okay. Well, thank you for the notification. And let's look across at what's that Decky's name again? Got it in my head. SoCal, yeah. Indicating SoCal, hey, trace the call and find out what yes. Basically, you know, so let the lawyers, thank you very much for the notification. I will get in contact with your old dad and we can grieve together over Pop.
It does list in there that your father was surprised his grandfather was alive, having not known him most of his life. Well,
that's right. Then I'm sure the lawyers, TM, won't be at all surprised that they're sort of making comments about the idea of, oh yeah, Orks, yeah.
And you have a feeling that none of the family actually knew the rest of the family existed before the letter arrived.
Well, yes, I certainly, his first thought was, family, grandfather died, what the, is this another ancient thing? But obviously it's gone a bit further than that kind of stuff, so yeah. Declan will certainly be trying to track down Dad and Big Sis, Little Sis.
So Selkow brings up some news reports for you showing that Angel Grove is the monster capital of the Northern Americas.
Oh, goody. Granddad was a werewolf. or actually, sorry, no, Banshee. Presumably with an elf.
well, they have stories of the conspiracy theories of creatures that are Godzilla-like in size.
Yeah, they cryptozoology. No. Yeah. Cryptids.
Yeah, dating back before magic awakened.
Right. Angel Grove.
So where is Angel Grove?
It's not listed on any current map. It was erased.
But presumably, by the sound of it, was located a little south of Seattle.
It's supposed to be somewhere between Portland and Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. So it's that button further south. Okay. I was thinking it was going to be between Seattle and Portland, but yep. So, okay. Declan might get to go on another field trip.
And that the last report of on the area is it had been quarantined due to radiation.
Radiation caused by a particular known accident, or?
It's believed radiation from the monster sightings.
Right.
Somebody tried to nuke them.
Well, or so radiation has been put out as the excuse for do not go to this area. Whereas in fact it's hey, yep. Government and corporations should got sick of dealing with the people who either didn't come back or came back changed. And radiation was easy to explain.
And there's also a conspiracy theories of Gungans fighting the giant monsters.
Gungans?
Yeah, that's what they call them, giant robots with people inside them.
Oh, Gundams. I thought you meant Lisa, so happy that I'm
the first came to my mind when he said Gungans. I thought, okay.
One's starting to quiver.
or are these giant robots that look like Gungans?
I hate it.
Lisa has advised that you have 5 seconds to comply.
But the actual object that had been left to me was not described. Is that right?
It was not described. It was none of the actual will was listed of what had been left to people. Just that the item in question would be recovered at some point.
Right. Okay. Well, and when I get off the comms with the lawyers, talking to SoCal, he indicates that apparently the call did come from some lawyer's office somewhere or other.
He said the call originated in Portland, or Tir Tangier as it is now. He says.
Yep. Okay, so it certainly fits their story. But yes.
And he wasn't called collect, so he was surprised. So usually those things come with a fee per minute.
Well, obviously that was half of Granddad's inheritance that they spent on it.
Yes, you've inherited the Necronomicon.
As long as you say the words correctly when you pick it up. Unfortunately, they forgot to tell you what they are.
Either way, you still inherited it. The results might be different depending on what you know about it. Okay then, but whilst the others are down getting their clothes and things, so Carol and Declan's happy to help out, do a bit of that type of stuff, but yeah, what do we know about this party that we've been invited to? What was the name of the host?
The host is...
You said it was HSC party or something, didn't you?
HSC party. The people who were wanting the chips, and
the ones that Freya had potentially worked for before, but wasn't like she made if she had known that they were involved in the run, then she definitely wouldn't have done it again.
That is correct. And Mr. Pengrave is the person who's supposed to be running it.
Mr. Pengrave. And what was the location?
It is right along the bay in downtown Seattle. So a premium spot. So on the 16th floor. So it's a AAA rated security building.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, from our perspective, it's a potential opportunity to catch up with the other members who are on the run, noting that Junior had it on his like an investment thing, so we might be able to catch up with some of the others, hopefully. But,
yep.
And yes, okay, so I'll remind the others that yep, certainly no requirement to take any large weaponry by any stretch, and probably no weaponry at all, but so you can still plan on taking pistols. Because hey, everybody needs some self-protection, obviously.
And you could also hire a limo for the day to drop you there.
That would probably seem appropriate for the apparent image that we're providing.
Mm-hmm.
So, we will arrange suitable transportation down there. Yes.
It only costs you 100 credits to get a limo to pick you up from where you are and drop you at the address.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'm just I wonder if I want to try and get my bike there beforehand and leave it there as a getaway option, but it might be hard to try and stash the bike in the area for the afternoon. But yes, certainly don't need to worry about getting out yet. So we'll see what happens afterwards.
Okay.
Declan's happy to be ready to be getting there as soon as you guys get back and you're ready. What? Up to you guys.
Time passes rather quickly unless you guys want to do something.
Yeah, I think that does.
That limo that you've hired, is that just for yourself or for all of us?
Well, no, for the group who's all going to be, we've only got one invitation effectively, so we're all going to arrive together.
Yeah, just making sure.
So that's it. But while you were going getting your dresses, you could arrange transportation.
Yeah, someone's about to arrange an ambulance.
Hey! Jacob hasn't told you what to wear.
And Georgie does look dapper in his new suit.
Do they actually sell combat canes?
No, they don't actually sell weaponry. They're purely a clothing outfitter.
Yeah, it's just a cane that's strong enough to hit somebody with. That looks like a walking cane.
Any cane can do that, except with how often it breaks.
Yeah, I want something that's actually strong enough that I can actually hit somebody and basically do damage to the equivalent of a baton does.
Well, unfortunately, they don't sell anything that can withstand a troll strength.
Yeah, that's why I was after. Oh well.
Or technically designed for a troll fight either. But
is there a shop nearby that does that?
you'll be fine.
Okay, you do find a shop nearby that sells antique-looking canes.
Oh, actually, I might go. Actually, I could do that one for a sword cane instead. Yeah, okay. Well, while they're while the suit's being made up, I'll have a wander in and see what they've got.
Okay, so are you carrying any weapons with you?
That's the reason why I'm looking for a weapon, is because my last one blew up in my face.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the thing that pops up is ID not recognized. And you see a rather polite-looking elf come out from behind the back saying, "Hi, sir. Is there anything I can help you with today?"
Like the door.
Yes, I would like to purchase I've just ordered a suit next door, and I'm just wondering to get a cane that I can also use as a defensive was basically a ornament, not an ornament, accessory.
Sure. Do you happen to have identification or a cred stick that we can verify?
I have a cred stick.
She scans it and goes, "Oh, well, nice to have you here today, sir. We have a variety of concealed weapons for your perusal.
Mm-hmm.
So we have these fine gloves designed to fit over your hands, looking like just normal leather gloves that will deliver one good shock before needing recharging."
Okay, that's interesting. Is it water resistant? Because I don't really want to shock myself just in case.
Cannot guarantee water resistance, but it has been tested up to 1 meter in depth.
Okay.
Anything beyond that, and you'll be lucky if it doesn't compress and go off.
Yeah. Well, I doubt that if I'm in deeper water, that's actually going to be any use.
Georgie walks in with you and shoves past you. What are them shopping things?
I was just thinking. It just backup. That's all. But I'm actually looking more of something to go with my new suit. So actually, more of a walking concealed. What's that?
We do have a.
Set of ceramic glass. What, mate?
How about a razor top hat, sir?
Razor top.
See, the problem is the metal in it is the problem.
It's got no metal, and it's monofilament and doesn't come up against the scanners.
Interesting.
Well, if you throw it, you can, or use it as a weapon in your hands and slice through things.
All right. Well, you deal with my lovely friend over here, and we'll have a chat about these top hats a bit later. For now, I'm just going to have a look at them.
That is fine, sir. And besides these top hats, we do have these staff that is preloaded with a sleeping toxin.
Sounds like your fault sort of thing.
Has enough toxin in there to knock out a troll, sir.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind seeing a demonstration.
I was expecting Bob there to say, no, don't try it.
I think that part would have gone over his head.
Unlike the sleeping gas.
Then they have a set of boot knives made out of ceramic. You click your heel together and the knife pops out of the bottom of the boot going forward, so you just kick someone with the knife. Guaranteed to break off in them.
As long as you say the most work at the same time, no place like home, no place like home.
God damn it, you ruined it.
You've already got the red sequence.
God damn it. And a whole line prepared, you interrupted it.
Okay, so that actually breaks off.
Remember to follow the yellow carpet.
So, George, you probably want to know if it comes in red.
What, the boot blade?
Yeah.
After you, yes.
You can get the boot blade in red if you wish it to be.
I was thinking of more of a sword cane or something like that.
Well, we do have sword canes, but normally they're very flimsy and
okay.
quite obvious by metal detectors, because the cane itself generally has to be made out of some sort of metallic material which reads up. The ceramic canes just didn't have the same quality.
Okay, fair enough.
So what we actually want, mate, is an ornamental cane with a big lead weight on the end. So for the handle, something big and heavy, that way you can use it like my favourite weapon, an ammo.
So what does Womp say to all that?
So basically, so if I can get a scepter type thing, like it's nice, really, the top of it being not in a hammer's shape, but it's just as weighty as one, but it still looks like a walking stick for a troll. Just should have a head big enough to be classed as a hammer.
You wouldn't need a scepter so much. Like that's the thing. Warhammers don't have heavy heads. They just have a metallic or a heavy end.
Yeah.
And it makes it much more maneuverable and usable. So as long as you just get a cane, like a decent, a strong walking cane that's, I don't know, wanky and fancy, As long as it's got a nice heavy head, it'll do the job. Guaranteed.
Do they have something like that?
Okay, they have a hunt around, and they got something that looks almost like a crowbar with a nice solid end on the end of it. Not particularly ornamental, but it does look like it'll support a troll's weight.
Yeah, well, that's what I would have got if I went down to a hardware store.
It does look like it is a proper walking stick for a troll.
Oh, okay.
Just not ornamental, because there's not much call for trolls needing canes. Not historically, anyway.
Who needs a weapon when you're the weapon, eh, mate?
With the top hat one, is there one that actually is able to go as a Peaky Blinder hat?
He says, sure, I'm sure we can work that into it.
It's not very far.
No, I'll go with my suit. So I can get that, and then I can get the tranquilizer cane, walking stick thing.
He says, just don't try to put your weight on it, because it'll most likely collapse and release the gas.
Ah, okay. I thought it was strong enough for me.
I thought you were talking about the crowbar. Isn't it the tranquilizer?
If you hit somebody hard enough, it is.
So the crowbar, that's metal, isn't it?
It is metal, yes. But
Well,
it's obviously not sharpened, and it's obviously used as a walking aid. But some walking aids are great clubs.
Okay, it's basically, it's a walking stick, but it's made of metal, so it's got the strength to hold up a troll. And if you hold it by the foot end and club them with the handle end, then
that's what
they know they're being clubbed.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get that as well.
That only sets you off, sets you back 100 credits for the walking stick. And you don't think anyone could think of it as anything else the way the feet are positioned that you can hang on to when you swing it the other way?
Yep.
George keeps poking around and keeps asking about non-metallic brass knuckles.
You mean knuckles?
They pull out a rather large glove that looks like it's stuffed, and says, "This once belonged to Knuckles."
No, mate. Obviously, I'm not communicating with each other properly.
You are talking about the Sonic the Hedgehog glove set, aren't you?
No, mate. I'm talking about a thing that goes over my fingers like a bunch of rings welded together, so I can beat you until you figure out what I'm trying to say.
Well, I'm sorry, we don't sell things that you can use to beat me till you figure out what you're trying to say.
Obviously, you misinterpret the threat, mate.
She says, if it's an actual threat, I can have some people down here to discuss it with you.
I can have a discussion, but what I'd like to do is actually buy the thing that I want to buy, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. And instead, you're being a smartass with this weird cartoon character named Knuckles. I don't even know how I know who that is. I'm only 6 months old.
Well, you're big for 6 months, she says.
Yes.
Considering I'm over 50 and you look older than I do.
Yeah, well, thanks.
She gives you a wink as she says so.
Brass knuckles, mate.
I'm sorry, but we don't sell brass knuckles here. We're more of a antique dealer, and knuckles are just so yesterday.
Yeah, they are very bludgeoning. Hello? You haven't got anything for me? Oh, bid you a good...
What about pugilist gloves then?
No, they're big and annoying. I don't need them.
They've probably got some lovely diamond rings, go well with the dress.
I know this is an antique shop. Do you have a toolkit? I need to disassemble the motorcycle and help again.
I'm surprised you didn't suggest a matching clutch.
I don't burn this shut down.
So she wraps up the hat and the crowbar.
Yep. Cool.
And she's happy to have helped you out. You pick up your suits on the way out.
Yep.
And you catch up with Desmond not long afterwards, who looks sort of a little perplexed at events happening.
Seems that looks like you've seen a ghost.
I got some odd news, but deal with it later.
Oh, there's Desmond. We'll listen to you later. We'll listen to your wings later.
Okay, I guess so, but okay. I'm guessing we while away a couple more hours up at the condo and wait for the limo to arrive.
You do. And just on sunset, the limo arrives.
But yeah, so Declan will confirm that Womp and Georgie understand exactly what we're going into, i.e. a high-class party where hopefully we might be able to find evidence of these chips that we're looking for. Possibly the idea of...
I don't like potato chips, mate.
No. Data chips, but okay, these are the ones that people slot into their heads. So, and such that yes, they may easily be recognisable if they're actually in attendance, but we may also get the opportunity to talk to Mr. Pengrave, who was one of the rival Johnsons who was trying to get hold of these chips as well. So
That sounds like a bit.
whatever happens, the idea is not to get violent.
Alright, dance fighting it is.
Okay. I am going to augment myself and Georgie, so we'll be able to be a bit more sociably adjusted.
Mm-hmm.
Why, yes, it is a pleasure to meet you.
So you bring up a augment on both of you.
Yep.
And
now more powerful since I've now got throwing 3 yellow dice.
So what does augment do?
increases all your attributes by 1.
Ah, fantastic. I am very much going to augment that.
So you're now more smarter than Desmond.
Well, it's not about being smart, it's about being charismatic.
Yep, and I'm now average.
So looking through the sides of the limo, you see the building you're approaching is bathed in light. The Seattle fog surrenders itself to the twin searchlights parked out front. Security is very tight, but your invitation is like a magic key. Everyone parts at your approach as you pull up to the front steps.
Okay, yeah, we'll climb out of the limo and ensure that the suit, there's no creases or things like that to cover for any of the paparazzi that might be there, but Declan's certainly got his dark shades on and a hat that makes him less obvious exactly who it is. But or less visible, and walk straight up towards the door and enter.
As you're walking up, you do hear off to the side the media commenting on, and here's the media representative of Maria Mercurial Hernandez approaching the festivities tonight.
Okay. Declan's ignoring the statements and continuing to move forward.
Followed by two unknown accomplices.
And privately cursing as healthy expand. I think the Hernandez's suits were that unique.
No, you probably think they have RFID tags on them.
Could be, yes.
Which most celebrities would have to help them get into places.
Yep, and to make sure that people did know who they were, that they were that important. So, but yeah, okay, we'll go up to the door.
As you walk up the stairs, there are a lot of revelers lounging, enjoying the stare of the street people below. Waiters are serving drinks to those on the steps. And as you continue to climb, finally reaching the front door, you can hear music from inside, faint in the distance.
Declan's happy to grab a glass of champagne as he's walking past. So.
Your AR gets a ping saying what brand, year, and vintage of the drink you've just collected.
Perfect, I'm sure. Okay, what it failed to mention was the most important aspect from Declan's perspective.
The cost.
And the price.
Exactly.
Oh, the price wasn't listed because you weren't paying for it.
That's what I mean. So it's free.
That's exactly right. Hello, South Australia.
You can hear music from as you enter the lobby. You look out the opposite window to see more partygoers frolicking in a moonlit pool. Off to your right waits an open elevator. Uniformed doorman guides you inside as you wave your invitation like a wand. And he says to you, the action is especially lively on the 16th floor, sir.
Sounds like the place to be.
And he presses the wall. There are no buttons, and you see 16 light up under his finger.
Thank you.
You listen to a couple of tracks of Maria Mercurial's latest songs as it goes up.
I'm sure they should know that Hernandez knows Maria's music quite well enough. He doesn't need to know elevator music, but presumably they picked it because of his ARs.
And then the music just starts blaring as the doors open on level 16. Apparently it's been playing in the event.
Good to see.
You're standing in a large entryway, lights strobing, lasers bouncing off mirrors all over the place, on walls, ceilings, people. You see quite a lot of people in sequin clothing with lights hitting them, reflecting all over the place.
So, Georgie can open up his jacket and flip it so it's reversible.
He could if he wished to.
No, shut
Across the room, a single large doorway opens into a large apartment. More lights flash inside that room to the beat of the driving music. A few socialites standing in the hall look you up and down as you leave the elevator. Conversations are possible there as the music is so loud. As you cross the entryway and enter the room, inside dozens of people dance in what must be the living room on a normal day. The kitchen to your right is filled with real food of every description, including ice cream. Across the dance floor you spot a girl passing out Simsense discs to guests. To your left, a huge picture window overlooks the bay. The view through the faint whispers of fog is breathtaking. This is a lifestyle you could easily become accustomed to.
Hey, maybe Granddad, but it's becoming worthwhile. Do we see or recognise anyone immediately when we come in?
Not straight away.
Okay, in which case then, yeah, well, Declan's already got his drink, so he's happy to probably head over to the dance floor.
So you start to bust a move?
He's got the
He's
moves.
got a murder on the dance floor.
DJ. Tell me, I don't know what's up.
So Declan's just going to scull the rest of the champagne, put it on a waiting tray if he's walking past, and he's going to the dance floor.
I just realised I forgot to get those sunglasses that give you the heads-up display, whatever, that links to the thing.
Always handy to have a heads-up display.
Oh well.
I
That's
just
it.
about to go check what they're called by looking at my character sheet and hit close instead.
I think it would look weird that if I had sunglasses on. Look, I look like it would be a security to take that.
Georgie is like, no tie anymore, 3 buttons on his shirt, undone, and he's just getting into the dancing. Apparently Georgie dances.
Georgie went for the dance floor, not the kitchen, but the ice cream.
Nope. Georgie felt the need to dance, like an idiot, a big, hulking idiot.
Well, while George is doing that, I'm going to go to the bar and get some spirits.
Okay, so
And he,
I will ask our troll to give me a perception roll then as he's doing that.
okay, let's see. Let's see. So would that just be a vigilance roll?
No, perception.
That's based off cunning, isn't it?
I'm just looking that up now.
Perception. I think
Great if it's willpower.
it's cunning, yep.
Yeah,
Cunning,
so
yes.
that'll be 3 green. I don't think I've got perception. No, I've got vigilance. I've got athletics, charm, coercion, discipline, divine, knowledge, law, knowledge, shadowrunners.
Okay,
leadership,
so
healing.
you have no
Yeah.
problem walking over to the kitchen and picking up some nice tasty food.
Ah, he's there.
And you overhear someone beside you saying, I tell you, he had glowing eyes. He came at me out of the fog with his razors all bloody. I don't know how I managed to escape. And by the time you turn around, the person's gone.
Ah. Okay. So can I see who was speaking to this person?
No, you just picked that up in passing, and by the time you managed to get yourself turned around in the kitchen, there was no one there.
So the okay,
As in,
now got me-
you failed your perception roll to notice who said it.
okay, I just heard it. Okay.
Georgie on the dance floor with his perception of 3 dice. Okay. So one of the people he's dancing with is commenting on, he sure is an ugly cuss. If his father hadn't been the president, he'd have been living in the gutters by now. Not really sure who they were referring to, but hey, I'm sure that there was someone important there. And what is Desrin's perception?
2 dice. For his 2 dice of cunning with no particular perception.
Okay. Okay, so while you're dancing, someone behind you is commenting on, the new one's going to be even better than this. I'm casting the lead right now. How would you like to audition?
Declan will turn around and make certain he wasn't actually being referred to, like they weren't talking to him, because obviously they were impressed by his dance moves.
Okay, so you're looking at someone, you're not quite sure who it is. You're not sure which one was talking, but they're sort of all gesturing and commenting.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah, so they weren't actually talking to Declan in that sort of situation, but I mean, understandably, Declan's known as a movie star for his driving skills, so unless he was talking about Fast and Furious 17.
I hated that movie.
But yeah, he'll just effectively continue the rotation as part of his moves and head back to impressing whichever lady it was that he was dancing in front of. So.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, it's Space Dimitri.
Dimitri wouldn't dance.
Yeah.
Okay, while Womp is in the kitchenette, he sees someone comment, so that's Pengrave's new girl. You say her name's Cleo. Isn't that a special name? Last I heard she was calling herself Val. She certainly is regal.
Was it Mrs. Val?
So I'll say it again. So that's Pengrave's new girl. You say her name's Cleo. Isn't that special? Last I heard, she was calling herself Val. She certainly is regal.
And okay, depending upon how much Wob listened to Declan, and Wob normally doesn't listen to what Declan's got to say usually, he would be aware that yes, Val was the name of the one of the runners with Junior that stole the chips in the first place.
Yep.
And is apparently now running the Cleo chip.
Ah, okay. I thought we were looking for the Cleo chip.
We are. Okay, like in the sense that Val was one of the running teams that stole the chips originally.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so we actually know who's got the chips. We just didn't know where they are.
Well, we had names. Okay, look, because the information from Junior's computer said that the Genghis Khan chip was being run by Cooperman, the Cleopatra trip was being run by Val, and the Jack the Ripper trip was being run by Griffin. So so if you hear of someone called Cleo that used to be called Val, that would certainly be of interest.
Yeah, but we don't know what they look like.
We've had some vague descriptions, but certainly nothing that was concrete. So.
Okay. Were these people actually pointing to the person or just gossiping?
Well, you saw them gossiping, but you didn't see who they were referring to. Did you ask them?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. charmingly.
Okay, so what's your charm?
So it'd be 2 yellow, 1 green.
And because you're a troll, it will increase the difficulty by 1.
Do I have any talents that? Can I also do a flurry of a magic with use while I was in sorcery? Ah, bloody hell, whatever.
You want to throw magic at them in a secure, in a AAA security place?
Yeah, no. No, I'm not going to do the bad thing.
That's the same question. Okay, remember exactly where you are right now.
Yeah.
You might not have bought weapons, but they're also on the hunt for magic to recognise security risk.
You get lots of advantages. But apparently most of them are just lost in your eyes. Apparently they're mesmerizing and they forget what you say.
Okay. Okay, so what can I do with those advantages?
Lots of different things.
Remove the strain from casting the spell earlier.
Remove at least 1 strain. Well, maximum of 1 strain.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a success, so you can't mimic a success for it.
No.
So
But is there enough to give somebody a blue dice on their next roll?
Yes, you can give Georgie a blue dice on his next dance move.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say, at some point Georgie's going to have to make some sort of dance check.
Yeah.
Okay, the spotlight goes on Georgie as his mirrored clothing just starts reflecting everything when he does certain moves, and the vest opens up.
Okay.
And now it's become, Saturday Night Fever?
Well, I don't really turn the jacket inside out yet.
When it opens up, it does fly.
Can I actually spend some type of point for that to do that? That he's actually got carried away with his dance move and he's now flashed the jacket out?
Give me a sec as I was getting David to answer.
Yeah, first of all, the lining of the suit, as in the inside of the suit, not reverse it to make it reversible. It's not that. And I think you will say that it is, because that just specifically stated that it's not.
It might not be what you asked for.
Yeah, no, it is what I got though. However, the suit is definitely undone, especially the jacket. And there will be some flashing and some twirling of the suit jacket, and there will be some red sequins being shown.
And Georgie is really getting into the moment.
That will certainly. After all, he is quite charismatic with all this magic on him.
Let's see, so Georgie is definitely cutting moves on the dance floor. He does hear...
Yes, a quick one.
So you do hear that a lot of people are talking about some place called the Island, and how that they've been trying to rig things so they can get a ticket.
Yes, well, that island.
But you do pull off an amazing dance move, and then the spotlight moves on to someone else.
Excellent.
You weren't really paying attention to who the spotlight moved on to.
Of course not.
So, Jeremy.
Well, let's say Desmond's going to be, let's say, enjoying the dance floor for the first half hour or so type stuff, and then probably go off and get a drink again, and you might go for a try and find somewhere a little bit quieter that might be slightly more a location where conversation becomes slightly more feasible.
Okay. So yes, you find yourself in the bedroom with a SimSense disc put in your hand that has 3 stars on it, and lots of players.
Okay, and there's a few others sitting around watching the SimSense?
There are, yes.
But I'm assuming there's not much conversation actually happening to people actually on the SimSense?
It does have Fast and the Furious 17 on there.
Oh, well, I might just try and skip ahead to the highway chase scene and the Malcolm the Malcolm what's the word? Memorial part, and just see how good the image turned out to be.
Okay, you start playing through it. It feels like very much like that whole family trope that it's been doing the entire way. It does the big emotional twinges of family's important, family's everything,
Yep.
and to your annoyance, everywhere you stop, you keep hearing the word family.
That's 2 sessions that Vin Diesel has shown up in now.
And finally you get to your scene, and it looks like they cut most of the best bits. You're only on there for about 30 seconds.
Well, that's about how long the chase scene went for, wasn't it?
It was.
In real life.
Is it only focusing on Desmond, or is there footage of myself or Georgie in it?
The footage doesn't show any of the actors. It just shows the any of you as actors. It just shows the driving, and then you have
Punchy action scene to it. Now he's unhappy.
And in fact, I just realised that this might be a rip-off of the scene anyway, because did we know that HSC were the people that hired us to do the...
We were supposed to be like Luke 1, 2 and 3.
and every action bit you did on camera has had another actor's face put over the top.
Okay. So his actor's face is on top of Georgie's one.
Jason's not playing, that makes it take him.
Well, it's got to catch your soundtrack.
Because as you said, you realise the fact that, oh, hang on. Yeah, does that mean that we were working with HSC when we did that one?
Or the production company sold it onto HSC.
That's right. They sold some of the random bits without showing all the good scenes. So they kept the good scenes for their own entertainment video, like their own productions. So, but yes, that's cool.
But you keep coming. But when you finish, you find yourself saying, "Family's important. Family's everything," and you're going, "Damn, subliminal messaging."
Yep. Well, hey, I'm thinking, I'm really going to go to Angel Grove now. Damn it! My poor granddad, he passed away.
Maybe he left you a black car with a supercharger in the front.
Well, it'd be much better if he left me a Yamaha Scorpion with genuine ancient leathers.
Or what about it was a 1960s Pontiac that has a self-repairing facility?
Get out, Ted. No one likes you.
But yeah, okay, well, so I'm guessing Declan's going to take, he'll be in there for about an hour or something like that, flicking through the scenes of this Simpsons. So, and trying to get the use of his ears back again.
Making sure I make down notes so when I look back at it I can laugh. Always nice to refer to previous runs. So yes, back in the room. I will do another perception roll for our troll. Apparently you guys just aren't perceptive today.
I think we might be preoccupied by the flashing lights and the Georgie dancing with his sequence shirt and suit.
Yeah. It's not a shirt.
No, the shirt that's underneath your suit.
That isn't sequenced.
I'm sure it is nicely done for the boot it's in, because he asked for sequins only on the inside of the jacket for the lining.
Okay. Do they put any dark lights on?
They do.
Yep. Can I have a twist that they've actually put some weird designs on his suit that only appears when the dark light's on?
Sure. Let's see if Georgie notices. Okay, so Georgie looks in the window of a reflection of himself. He sees in the lighting at the moment that there's a symbol of his online friend's handle on the jacket itself, lit up under black light.
Go.
So it's a rather purpley stylish shield. Almost looks like a face.
Sounds good.
And while he's admiring it, he also sees himself looking over his shoulder, also admiring it.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet!
Dude!
Sweet!
And it turns out you've got someone who looks just like you at the party.
Dan, you're a handsome person.
And he starts dancing with you.
You're a bit bloody handsome, aren't you?
Takes one to know one.
Well, I tell you what, how long you been out?
What do you mean out? I'm working. I'm hiding from my looks.
Well, of course you are. I imagine you make a lot of money.
What's money?
They didn't really give you all the brains, did they?
No, but I've been taught how to kill people many different ways.
Me too, I've got the same education, only they actually taught me how to think afterwards as well.
What's the point in thinking afterwards? They do all thinking for me. They give me everything. Plus lots of ice cream.
I'm not surprised, mate. It's a bit disappointing. Well, you just have a good day. Have a good night, anyway. Enjoy yourself.
Are you assigned to this party too?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely, mate.
I thought I was the only one from the company assigned.
Oh no, they've got me checking up on a few others. So you asked me why I needed to think. Well, they taught me how to think because I've got to assess some people and make sure that, you know, everybody's getting along and doing the right thing sometimes.
I'm normally just point to kill people.
I know. I'm not here for your looks, mate. You're not here to kill people, are you?
Of course I'm here to kill people.
Alright, well, who are you here to kill?
Don't know yet. Target hasn't shown up.
Ah. What's the target look like?
I'll know when I see it. You know how they are with their subliminal programming.
Yeah. Alright, mate, well, just remember, I'll keep you alone. Make sure we do everything by the book, and we'll go for it.
I know plenty of ways to kill people with a book, if that's what you're suggesting.
Never mind, mate. Just have a good time where you can.
I always have a good time killing people. It's my favourite thing in the world.
Yes. Go and have a dance.
And he goes back to dancing. At least you don't have to wonder what some of your other clones are like.
Yeah. Georgie goes back to Ron. So, funny story, mate.
Yeah.
Turns out one of my other clones is here.
Okay.
And he's been sent here to kill someone.
Who?
I don't know. He doesn't know. The way it works is subliminal training, and essentially it's almost like a sleeper cell. You go out and enjoy yourself, and as soon as the target shows up, well, then you know that that's the target, and you go and kill the target.
Okay,
You don't know.
So if the target hasn't showed up, who's supposed to be fronting up this party?
I don't know. I'm just here to go ice cream, mate.
Yeah, I have to go and ask Desmond, who's the VIP for this party.
Yeah. Anyway, so just so you know, there is an assassin here, and he's pretty bloody good at what he does.
But is he dressed the same as you, so we don't get confused?
He's right there, mate. Although it's not going to be too confusing. All you need to do is ask him to speak anything, a word with any more than about 3 syllables. He won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
So it's not really the brightest of sorts, mate.
Oh, okay, so he's one of the lower end ones. Cool.
Yeah, no, he didn't get the full gamut of training. You know, he's just here to smash someone. Well, if he's even here to run.
Does that mean they might actually be watching?
Yeah, I was thinking that. It could be a problem.
Okay, so we'll have to keep our eyes out.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
I've seen Die Hard.
What's the delay on?
Group of people crash a Christmas party.
Oh, yippee-ki-yay, mother trucker one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic, that one. Hang on, that's the Christmas movie, isn't it?
Yep.
I heard somebody say it wasn't a Christmas movie. Yeah, dead now.
Okay, so while you're having that discussion, we have Desrin bump into Val.
Into Val.
Yep.
And what does she look like? Is she...
Yeah, let's see if I've got a description for her. I've been trying to find a description the entire time we've been talking.
Okay, well, that's right. And obviously, well, I does she look like what Freya said she looked like? Or is she obviously like in effectively a Queen Cleopatra type outfit or demeanour?
She looks quite charismatic and self-confident. Barely recognisable as the rigger you were told of, Val.
Well, Desmond will certainly aim to make his acquaintance and will also aim to quietly slip one of SoCal's cracking tip type things onto her person.
Okay. That sounds like an interesting check.
I'm sure he's got the coordination to do it.
Choice of skullduggery or stealth?
Skullduggery or stealth? Just double check what these talents skullduggery.
Skullduggery is cunning, stealth is agility.
Yeah, that's right. I just want to double check. I can remove one setback dice. No, I think I want to go with the 5 dice, 1 upgraded, as opposed to 2 dice, 1 upgraded with a setback removed. So, although, can I attempt a charm check first to help to provide advantage on the stealth?
You can indeed.
Just like basically the charm on the idea of justification, we'll get a bit closer. So.
Apparently you were quite charming with a single success.
So good enough to just get close, that's the important thing. So
you do manage to dance with her?
So yeah. While talking to her, I will attempt to put a tracker on her.
So you ended up with 2 successes and 2 advantages. You end up doing quite a fantastic dance with her.
That would be hard, absolutely, because I mean, that dancing would come into coordination as well. So it's cool.
Not quite as good as George.
But my partner looked a lot better. So, as a gentleman, I wouldn't want to shine up my dance partner, you say?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to use my one small word for the mic. I guess I'll just one fuck myself then. And
then so yeah, so
I am happy to say that you can see the chipjack on her neck with your 2 advantages.
Okay. How difficult would it be to remove someone's chipjack from them? Well, like
just smash him around.
Well, I was just wondering exactly, in a sense of the trying to imagine how they're placed, what they're fitted, what sort of things like that. I'm just wondering, yeah.
That's alright, you didn't safely remove the device, your blue screen.
Under normal circumstances, would it be feasible to remove a chipjack from someone's head, neck, ear, whatever it is?
You can potentially remove it. You can even stealthily remove it. She's got hair long enough to hide what you're doing. But if you screw up while doing so, it may have issues.
As in, where it's like it could disrupt the actual jack itself in some way, or just the idea of, hey, you're likely to get noticed when you're trying to fiddle with a woman's hair that she wasn't actually that keen for you yet.
Yeah, it could go down in many ways, yes. including potentially short-circuiting the jack point. But you're good with your hands.
So I say, I've got skilled mechanic, gearhead, coordination's good. Certainly seems like a feasible option. What's she saying? What's the conversation at the moment with her? She's happy to be talking to me with my that successful charm.
She is having a witty conversation with you, making you feel as if you're a little bit beneath her in the social status with her comments.
Some of the time, I will deliberately aim to bring in like vehicle references, like the sort of things that a rigger would definitely be interested in, as opposed to Cleopatra, and just confirm how much of Val is still under there, or what I understand Val to be.
Okay, so happy to say that you're able to keep the conversation going long enough to find out that she does seem to have access to Val's knowledge, just doesn't have Val's personality.
Okay. In which case then, yep, let's go for the move. We'll try, what would it be? Is it another stealth or is it coordination?
It'll be another stealth roll.
Okay, yep.
The dice I
and I will aim to, could I turn one of the thingies to make it upgrade one of my dice to give me 2 yellows?
I can do that. Looking quite good so far. Okay, so you don't seem to have managed to pull it out, but she hasn't noticed either.
Okay.
And she's talking about catching up with you later, as she's going to head off soon.
That would certainly be delightful, my dear Cleopatra. Yeah. Perhaps I can accompany you.
She goes, sure. As she starts heading towards the lift.
Okay.
And we smoke like diarrhea.
So glad I spent that extra 10 XP on charms before Shadowrun. Well, yeah, so I'm certainly, hey, I scored for the night, so I'm happy to leave.
What a dick!
Then he finds out that Val isn't actually Val, but Jack the Ripper.
Exactly.
They may have swapped chips.
And in a cardboard box.
Well, hey, at least there was the kit to try to collect. I don't know whether technically we still had comms between us at the party, but if so, then I'll let you know that, yep, I'm leaving with Cleo/Val. If not, then maybe you'll spot me on the way out.
Georgie looks at his phone with the message he got, then looks back at Ron. Is he serious?
Basically everything he says he's serious about.
Oh, right. Well, what are you doing then?
Well, enjoy the party, the free food, and then might get a hit on whatever the other chip guys are here.
Yeah, no, that's all good and all. Let's remember there's ice cream. Bye!
Of course, actually the assassin was after. Whoever steals the ice cream.
Okay. So, you reach the lift. You're currently waiting for it.
If there's if she's happy that we're standing close enough together and that Desmond can put an arm around her, up around her neck, and up around the clipjack on that side.
Yep. You try to get it out again?
I'll have another try. So, if there's another opportunity to flip, I'll flip one thing as well. So.
Okay, so the doors open and you see Pengrave standing in the elevator holding out his hand to Cleo, who's looking a little startled as she steps into the elevator while your hand closes around the chip.
I will be stepping with them at the same time. And encouraging Cleo effectively taking a different, not taking Pengrave's hand if it can be avoided, just stepping off to the side to allow him his space and our space.
He holds out his hand and gestures you out of the lift. How do you take that?
Do I manage to extract the chip?
Well, you have the chip in your hand already.
Okay, right.
She stumbled forward into the lift after you took the chip out. She had been graceful up until that point.
Yep. I will. Okay. I'll be aiming to step into the lift and saying, "Yes, we're going down. You're going down, sir."
This is my party. Who are you?
Just going to interrupt you for a second. Georgie, suddenly realizing that Desmond is a dick, grabs his phone and calls Desmond, just so he can make things worse.
And then Desmond's phone makes one of those jingles that you see from the ancient ads.
No, Desmond keeps his phone on silent. He'll feel the buzz.
Okay, Desmond's phone buzzes.
Okay. At this stage, that's not something he's interested in. As the talking to
Mr. Pengrave.
Pengrave, yes, that's right. Basically, yeah. He'll be aiming to continue to hang on to Val Cleo and pull her back. Well, if Scarlet is yours, we'll take the next one.
Says no, I've come to collect my date for the night. Thank you for bringing her to me.
But Val, you said you were going to come with you. You said we were going.
She looks a little confused at the moment.
Right, yeah, it's right. We'll just come and sit down for a bit and we'll get the next elevator and get to there.
Wow, you look really dodgy right now, Jeremy.
Hey, has Desmond ever not looked dodgy?
Yeah, you look like you slipped something in a drink and it taken it away.
Yup.
So, Mr. Pengrave, he looks like Burt Reynolds.
Mm-hmm.
Mustache and everything.
By the way.
Okay.
He looks like Burt Reynolds, mustache and everything.
Okay, no, admittedly, when you said Burt Reynolds, I immediately had images of, I can't remember which movie it was in, but he was like the dirty old senator, and at one stage he comes into it naked, covered with oil, and he's about to meet some of his the voting staff.
I'll be honest, when you mentioned Burt Reynolds, I don't see anything other than his mustache. And so Georgie continues to ring you, so your phone is continually vibrating in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, then, yeah. So Desmond's basically aiming to bring Val/Cleo back away from the elevator, and will be also using the vibrating phone, he will actually bring it out as an excuse to not answer Pengrave at the present time. So,
he says, "So what have you done to my date?" He says. As he starts tapping something on his wrist.
I don't know what you're talking about. We were just dancing, and then she wanted to get somewhere more private.
Have you slipped or something?
Haven't slipped or anything.
Show me your invitation.
We didn't even get a chance to get a drink.
Who did you come with? He starts, throwing questions at you, very accusatory.
Jacob had glanced at his phone to see if there was any particular messages coming through on it, but he certainly wasn't answering any phone calls as such. But
apparently, Georgie's trying to get you.
Yeah, well, okay. You can if he's not. Jacob's not answering the phone. You might look at a message at this stage.
And while you're,
it was more a distraction from trying to talk to Pengrave at that moment in time.
And so, while you're pulling Val, she collapses.
Well, Jacob will immediately attempt first aid with his supreme medicine skill of not, but basically doing the what happened? What happened? So
that's a whole 2 dice.
So he's not actually physically going to try and do anything per se, but he's.
Well, you can tell she's suffering from dump shock.
Yep.
See blue screen.
Currently in your hand.
He'll call to Pengrave as the because he's obviously got down on his knees ensuring that Cleo didn't actually fall to the ground. He lowered her to the ground. Quick, get medics.
So security and medic are on their way up. And if your invitation doesn't hold out, you'll be leaving from this floor.
Hey! I got my invitation. It's a lovely young woman. I thought we hit it off. So I hope she's okay.
Well, either leave now or leave via the window.
I want to make certain that she's okay.
So, the window it is.
There's a bing as you see 2 burly guys in what looked to be corporate security armor come out with a person carrying a medical kit behind them.
Okay, I'm happy to get back away from her, but aiming to not leave the area. Obviously, if the security guards come and try and jump on him, that's a different issue. But okay, he's basically at this stage still apparently providing concern, but definitely providing space for the doctor to have a look at the young lady.
So Pengrave points at you and tells the guards, find out what's on him, what he gave her.
Sure. In which case then, Declan's definitely going to...
You're an absolute...
Sorry David, you'll break it up there.
You get a text message. I can't believe you left us. You're an absolute douche.
Well, that lady's about to rush back in again, so... Declan's basically going to try to duck off through a doorway or something and disappear into the crowd.
Okay, as you're sending him the message that he's such a douche, Desmond runs into Georgie. And then realises it's not the Georgie he came with.
Right, Deco was not necessarily looking for anyone. In fact, he was looking specifically not for people to then be. He was aiming to disappear in the crowd, not looking for people in the crowd. So, if he ran into Georgie, it'd be a case of, oh, good. As you'll basically duck behind Georgie and keep moving on, and allow him to deal with the security guards that might be coming in this direction.
Well, as you do that, you realise it's not the Georgie you came with.
Okay, but if Jacob was certainly not telling him to actually deal with the guards, he was just leaving him that area. His intent was to basically keep moving past.
And
so, if that Georgie's attempting to grab him, that's a different issue. But
Womp and the real Georgie see Desrin run into the new Georgie and duck around him.
Georgie looks to where Desrin has come from.
He sees two big burly men in combat gear come in.
He's pissed off the establishment.
Georgie goes to the other Georgie. Oi, you want to have some fun, mate?
He says, sure, who do you want me to kill?
No, we're not killing anyone, not yet. So those two security guards, we're not going to kill them, but we're going to make them feel really awkward, and we're going to try and get in their way.
Okay.
If you do it.
He goes, sure, and he steps up to one of them and snaps his leg in front of you. Just with a swift kick to the knee.
You know what? I didn't say anything about the... Georgie away.
You said slow him down without killing him, so that did qualify.
Yep, I can't even be mad about that.
And the other one comes in to swing at him, and he just grabs his arm, twists around him, and you hear the popping sound of the arm dislocating.
Okay,
and he did that with the security arm still on.
Yep.
Georgie just sort of stands there pointing at him for a second, absolutely frozen, speechless, and just goes, you know what, I can't argue. And then he just hands him an ice cream.
He seems quite happy.
Fair enough, mate. Well done. Just make sure you don't kill anyone, and if anybody asks, yes, you do this.
Okay, so as you hand him the ice cream, his eyes go blank, and then he starts dashing towards someone near the window.
Georgie looks at who the person is in the window.
You're not sure, just some sort of executive.
Georgie gets on the phone to, you know what, he very quickly makes the conference call between the other two douches.
Okay, so everyone else feels their phone ringing.
So, Declan's happy to answer the phone when he's feeling like he'd stealthily, like he'd use stealth to duck into the corridor, duck into the crowd and then disappear and try and find a spot where you've got a bit of a breather. He'll pull his phone out.
Desrin, you're off the hook. Someone's about to, the other George is about to assassinate someone. I'm pointing at him. Does anybody know who he is?
And there's this, as he says that, there's this big crashing sound as someone goes through a bullet-resistant window with throwing someone through it.
Jesus.
Desmond's going to immediately try and get back towards the corridor where he last saw Pengrave and Val, working on the idea of, well, Pengrave's going to assume that, hey, the security staff dealt with the person who was there, and he won't necessarily be looking or expecting him to be back again.
As you step out, you see that Val and Pengrave and the medic have gone.
They've all gone? Okay.
Though you do see one of Val's shoes just sitting there.
Oh, well, I'll have to pick it up then, because that'll be the slipper that fits then.
And Georgie sees what appears to be a glider as the other Georgie, who actually went out the window with the guy, is zooming off into the distance.
Well, I'm not going to lie, I think I need to get out there.
Okay, Declan's gone back from the elevator and he's pushing you through to come back up, and while he's doing it, he's saying the other, hey, the Pengrave's gone off with Val.
I don't actually care, mate. I'm in trouble.
So, Georgie 2 jumped out of the window and kidnapped an executive.
No, he dropped him on the steps below.
I
And then flew away.
They did a Hans Gruber.
Yes.
What floor are we on?
17th. He didn't bounce.
Or at least not more than once.
I pushed him inbound. Georgie just sort of stands there, just a little bit choked.
The elevator opens up with a ding, and it's empty.
Yep, Declan's jumping in, saying, you guys here yet? Come on.
Elevator, yep, the elevator, fucking die. Sorry.
What the hell's security in that doing? Because if somebody jumping through the window, so everybody be screaming in that.
Well,
Yep.
well, no. But the point, remember the fact that from the security's perspective, they were probably on the line where the security staff got told to throw someone out the window by Pengrave.
Oh, okay.
So security's probably out aware. The fact that from the people who are there, they might be concerned about someone being thrown out a window and jumping out a window. Of course, it might also be part of the entertainment from the party, particularly when they see someone flying away. They might not look down.
Right, man.
Yep, I'll quickly go with Georgie.
Okay, you get into the elevator. It gets down rather quickly. And as it opens up, there's all these security guards and soldiers with weapons ready, waiting for you to get out, telling you, hurry up, get out of there.
Yep, we're happy to keep moving.
They didn't actually have them pointed at the lift, but your heart did stop for a moment seeing the number of them.
Georgie starts looking very scared and afraid, and goes, "You've got to get up there, mate! Something awful's happened!"
We heard there's supposed to be some sort of elf causing a commotion and possibly threw someone out the window.
Too late. He's already jumped out the window and paraglided out of there.
We didn't see that. We just saw the body fall while we're heading up.
Yeah, well, he's already gone. He went out the window with the person.
You just get out of the elevator. We got to get up. Orders.
Georgie drags Womp out of the elevator and violently throws him aside. Attempts to, anyway.
So Womp actually feels himself being pulled out and pushed to the side as they rush into the elevator. And you can hear them actually thanking Georgie on the way past.
Hey, get out of the way, mate! They're trying to go out!
As the door's shutting, you can hear them saying, tranquilizer rounds only.
Georgie looks at Womp. Are you serious, mate? Did you really just throw more information?
Well, we're free.
Get the hell out of here.
I just told them that he went out the window. If they're looking for a crazed elf, they're going to get Desmond.
Mate, you're supposed to be the smart one. Anyway, we've got to get out of here. Desmond, where are we going?
Desmond didn't stop.
You look around, you can't see Desmond. He must have already gone down the stairs.
Righto. Georgie will start running after him.
As I said, from Desmond's perspective, it was the momentary heart stop when he saw all the weapons and the security guards, and then as soon as they said, keep moving, he was quite happy to follow orders, so...
Yeah. Georgie looks back to Womp. And then this tinhead just completely abandons us before, and now he's gone again.
Never trust an elf.
Yeah, you're not wrong, mate. I'm beginning to think those boys think what's going on.
Right. I think it's because he's been invited as an ancient, it's gone to his head.
Well, I think we want to move his head up again.
Elvish supremacists.
I know. They're awful. Also, why aren't you running?
Okay, as you're going down the stairs,
I'm briskly walking. You're the one running. I've got a bigger stride than you do.
There you go.
you see a limousine with a body crumpled through the top of it.
What?
The body that fell out the window landed on a limousine.
Our limousine?
Well, not yours, because you only hide it one way.
Does that mean we have to get an Uber back?
Well, you weren't sure where you were going afterwards. And
is there a crowd around the body at all?
is there a what?
A crowd.
Yes, there is a crowd. There's a lot of Lone Star pushing people back, as well as a few corporate security people.
Okay. You may notice your phone gets a message, a text,
Yep.
and Declan saying, down the street, and if you look up, you can see him waving and saying, come on, come on.
Georgie now very briskly but calmly walks over to Desrin.
And Desrin can actually see Val sneaking down one of the alleyways as standing by the limousine is Pengrave, looking around frantically.
Cool. Okay. Well, okay. As soon as Declan sees that Georgie and Womp have spotted him and are walking his direction, he'll aim to follow Val down the alley, continue the actions that David was so concerned about, the sorts of things that Declan might be doing. having drugged the woman, got her out the street, and taken her down the alley.
Okay, so Val walks down the alley, followed by the dodgy elf, then by Georgie and Womp.
Do we notice Pendragon at all?
You do see him looking around the limousine. Seems to be yelling at the cops something.
Yeah. Okay. Georgie will urge Womp on and do his best to try and keep an eye out here for us.
Okay, and Declan's aiming to catch up to the Lopez follower. He's aiming to catch up to her and tell her, hey, it's alright, here to help, we'll get you safety.
She says, "Who are you?"
A friend.
Where am I?
Just trust me, we'll keep moving. We'll get you back.
Why the hell am I in a dress?
It's a long story, trust me, and it's not one that we can tell in this environment. As he looks around, demonstrating the dark alley that she's walking down through.
I will give you a charm check.
Okay.
Clearly in a Georgie minute.
You get an advantage. She's happy to keep going in the direction you're pointing.
Okay.
Especially as there's a big troll coming up behind you.
A well-dressed troll.
In the dark, it's hard to tell how dressed someone is.
And especially when he's probably still actually recovering from dump shock. And with a lot of other problems of not knowing how she got to be in the first place of having dump shock. So,
Around the corner, you're able to hail a taxi if you wish to.
Yeah, and that was the rest of the code. Basically, when we get to the end of the alley, people will come out the other side and they'll aim to hail a taxi. And then while we're there, I'll let them know that, hey, yep, don't worry. These are my friends that are coming up that I was ensuring that you weren't followed.
She says, "Oh, What's happened the last few days? Last I remember, it was it was
working with Junior.
I was working with Junior.
Yeah. And Griffin and Griffin.
Yeah. So after Griffin booted the boy out, we headed back to base, an old warehouse in the middle of a lot near Union Road and 208th Avenue. I didn't like what they did, but there wasn't much I could do at the time. We made the landing okay. And while I secured the beast, Cooperman and Griffin headed inside. I'm not sure what happened next, but there was some kind of fight. Cooperman's boys must have gotten the drop on Griffin, because the next thing I know, he came storming out onto the tarmac. Was he hot? Oh lordly, that man was mad. I could see his knuckles were bone white as he got into his west wind and drove off. I figured it was about time to get the shaft, but I didn't figure they were going to kill me, so I headed in. Sure enough, because it goes up a page, that makes things so much easier. And sure enough, getting the remainder of my union. Instead of getting the remainder of my union, Cooperman hands me a data chip. He claimed it was worth more than the remainder of my fee. But I was a little skeptical, just like Griffin. However, I wasn't much in a position to bargain with all of Cooperman's outlaws backing him up. I knew it was time to cut my losses, so I accepted the chip and said goodbye. As I left, though, Cooperman got a little strained. I could tell he had kept some sort of chip for himself, because I could hear Cooperman talking about it as I got the door. He kept ranting, "Now I am the Khan." I turned and looked back as I slipped through the door. It was like nothing I'd ever seen before. Cooperman had just inserted the chip in his starter jack, and as he looked up, he had the strangest look in his eyes, kind of mixture between pain and pleasure. "Now," he said, "I will build my empire, whatever that means." I decided I'd better split what I could, so I fired the beast up and headed for a private field on the south side of town. Guess I got a little curious about the chip, because the last thing I remember before seeing you is popping it in my data jack.
Yes, and that was
over a week ago.
Des will say exactly how long it'll be. The tips that you collected were not ones that were ready for use by anybody. They might say they're valuable, but in fact they're not ones you wanted to keep yet. For you, okay. Fortunately, I don't think you have nothing. As far as I'm aware, you're not been implicated in anything for the last week. You should be safe. Have you got a place that you'd like to be dropped off?
Sure, but doesn't seem to have any of her usual gear on her. Not sure what you could fit in this sort of dress.
Well, I suspect that with the frame of mind you're in, you probably didn't need any of your normal gear. But hey, let's just we'll get you somewhere safe, and we'll get you back to your place when things have when the smoke's cleared.
Well, if you ever need a lift anywhere, I'm happy to give you mates rates. She turns out to be a hovercraft pilot.
Cool.
As in fly between locations in the city, not just hover across the ground.
Oh, I see. Like a
very much like a VTOL.
Yeah, but the she does the, what do they call them? Coyote runs. between cities.
And by being rotorcraft, it also is a lot quieter.
Yeah. So. And hey, I mean, it's not like Declan doesn't understand that being. Is he a smuggler now? So whether he was actually a smuggler that I'm thinking of, or whether it's I keep confusing with one of the other scoundrels. Not smuggler.
So she's still dazed in that?
Well,
not as much
to recover herself mostly, because she remembered all the stuff about what happened at the end of the run.
I was just curious if Cure Critical would actually help her.
It would not.
But basically, yeah, so the intent would have been, we jumped in a taxi or an Uber or something, and probably would have settled the Banshee, maybe the convenient place to just settle, recover briefly, or actually depending what state the Banshee's in at the present time.
Well, her vehicles is an Ares, a Hughes Airstar.
Cool.
And you see that she has a Yamaha Rapier with it.
And certainly, yeah, the once we've been at a stop where we had the opportunity to actually settle down and she had the chance to talk, then yeah, we'd certainly take her back to her place or her garage, whatever, where she stored her gear, and therefore, Jasmine can be impressed with the Airstar and the Rapier. Certainly, yeah. Once the conversation, once she's talked about everything related to the run specifically, Jasmine's happy to talk tech, gear with her for the rest of the evening and the rest of the to get her back to her place again. Now, when she was talking about that stuff, and I didn't get the notes when you were reading, but she did describe a warehouse or something where the follow-up from the mate took.
She's happy to take you there if you can put her 200 credits each, because, you know, fuel and expenses.
Hey, more than happy to help set her back on her feet again. So Declan will give her 500. So, and during the conversation, he also try and get an indication as to what she thought of Freya. I don't know that Freya actually dealt with Vel much from memory.
She thought she was a good mage, just can't remember much what happened with her.
Okay, yeah. Declan will let her know the fact that, hey, she survived and she's recovering. It sounds like the two of you were probably the only ones on that team that actually might be considered honourable.
She says, well, she gives you her link number and says if you need her, give her a buzz.
It's been a wonderful evening. Did I get much from her impressions of Cooperman and Griffin?
Cooperman before he chipped was a decent enough leader, just seemed to be full of himself.
Okay. Like, I'm guessing, yeah. Would she feel and describe them in a similar way to what Freya did? Although it sounds like Freya was a bit more, had thought less of them.
Not as harsh as Freya, but in the sense of she needed work and they provided work.
Yeah.
Their work was helping her out of a bind.
Mm-hmm. And Griffin?
And Griffin, good at heart, but very much on the verge of being a cyber psychosis.
Right. And so, when it's I'm trying to think now when you're reading out the stuff from her description of the post-run meet. So, Cooperman shipped Khan and then started talking about, hey, I am the Khan and I can
build an empire.
I'll rebuild my empire. She described Griffin going off in a huff or something, was it?
Going off with intense anger.
Yep. And did she talk about Junior at that stage?
She didn't mention Junior at all in any of the discussion.
Okay, so by the time they got to there, it was only the three of them.
Well, Junior was not on the run.
Oh, wasn't he?
Junior was the inside person who gave them access.
Oh, that's right, yes. Yeah.
So none of the runners actually met Junior.
Right, yeah. That's right, yeah, because Freya, that's right, Freya didn't know Junior. So there was 4 people on the run, was that right?
That's correct.
Am I missing one?
4 people.
4 people, okay, right, yeah. So, in that case then, if there was the impression, or definitely gets the impression that she and Freya were probably the only 2 vaguely sensible people, and let her know the fact that Freya's recovering, but he won't have to give a detail of it like at the stage, and thank her, and I will definitely call again through. I'm sure there's some work around, or possibly just drinks.
She would prefer work, but she's happy with drinks. And certainly, yes. Throughout the conversation, Desmond does not discuss her ship or what happened to her ship. So, she may not work it out or remember it, but yes. Yeah. You have the feeling she's happy to be done with it? If it's wiped out a week of her life.
Mm-hmm. So, and then, so she's happy to give us a list to this
to Cooperman's warehouse, yeah.
So,
but she's going to rest for a night and see what state her affairs are in.
That's right, guys. I said what we're talking about tonight, because in fact, we may, if preferable, that maybe the idea will follow you there, and that way you can disappear without any concerns if you wish. So,
are you a pilot too?
I know how to drive, and I'm not all flying, but hey, handle a plane, not much different handling a vehicle, no problem.
No, I'm sure you'll do fine. All you got to do is remember up and down instead of as well as left and right.
Yeah,
not much different.
Cool.
So, unless Georgie and Womp want to point anything else out, that might be a good point for us to finish up tonight.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything. I just have to keep an eye out for, was it the other 2?
Well, you now know where one is. She'll take you to them.
Well, at least where they were. We don't know if they're still there, but hey, it's certainly the place to look for next.
Yeah. I'm now thinking of, I should have got that cane that had the tranquilizer in it.
But yeah, so I'm happy to cut it there. Thank you very much, all.
Yep.
Good job, Jeremy.
So
It's good to be back.
Characters.
Then I'll probably head straight to bed myself. So thank you very much for playing, guys.
All good, thank you.
And I'll see some of you Friday night, and the rest of you next week.
It's Pathfinder this Friday, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yep. I will see you then.
Yep. See you then.
Have a good night, all.
Okay,
Thank
catch you
you.
later.